All right, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time zone. Happy Thanksgiving to every single person on planet Earth. Hope y'all gonna have a spectacular day. I know it's a global pandemic that we're going through. And hot dang it, I'm gonna spend this day with my family. It's the second year in a row that I haven't spent Thanksgiving with extended family. Either we want to do something else, because I spent last year at my sister's house, which is the first time we ever done it. This year, COVID-19 global pandemic. So hopefully next year we'll have a big Thanksgiving dinner. So there you go. All right, video games, Mass Effect news. There'll be a remastered trilogy coming out next year. And also a brand new Mass Effect game is being announced as well. I'm more interested in that than the remastered trilogy, because I already beat the trilogy at least 14 times. So I want to know is it going to be the Mass Effect Andromeda 2, Mass Effect 4, takes place after the events of Mass Effect 3. Is it going to be a prequel? Is it going to be a spinoff? I mean, what? I mean, that's a big question mark. And BioWare better take their sweet time with this game. Take some notes from CD Projekt Red, but don't do like what they did with Cyberpunk 2077 and put the game on delay 3 or 4 or 5 different times. Have fans being angry, ready to burn the planet Earth with all their might. Marvel's Avengers lost $63 million. And Square Enix, what did y'all do to this game? Then again, this is what happens when you make games as a live service. Always online. Wonderful. The only game I like, games of live service, is Tom Clancy's Tom Clancy's Division 2. I really like it a lot. I really do. I really need to get back to playing that game. But if I just gotta work up I have to get myself worked up to play it, but who knows. Spider-Man Miles Morales, I heard nothing but positive things, but there are a couple of negatives about the game. I've heard that it's shorter than Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War single player campaign, and the story itself, not to mention the price for a very, very short single player, $60, $70 plus tax. That's asking a lot. You're asking fans to shell out that type of money for a very, very, very short campaign. Come on, Sony and Sonic Games. Come on, that's pushing it. That's why I'll wait for a price drop. Short and sweet first impressions for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And disclaimer, it's not a review. It's on the slim fast, but damn it, it has issues. And I'm going to leave it at that. NBA 2021 season starts next month on the 22nd. The NBA free agency has been interesting so far. Charlotte Hornets going out getting LaMelo Ball in the draft. Another player with another broken jump shot. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. I wonder if LeVar Ball is going to stick his nose in every time that Charlotte Hornets does something that he doesn't like. All I can say to Michael Jordan, the rest of the crew, good luck. You're going to need it. And you went out and got Gordon Hayward, which that blew me away because I didn't expect that to happen at all. I thought he was going to stay in Boston, That franchise, Queen City, known as Charlotte, it needs some buzz. It needs some hype. It needs some form of positivity. I mean, they only been in the playoffs, 3 or 4 times since they got back in Charlotte. So They need something. Yeah. And Dwight Howard signed a 1-year deal with the Philadelphia 76ers. That's a head scratcher. What else? Rajon Rondo signed I think it was like a 2 or 3 year deal with the Atlanta Hawks. I want to see what the LA Lakers roster looks like. Oh yeah, they did go out and get Serge Ibaka. And what was it? They re-signed some players and they got Marc Gasol. So, And the LA Clippers, they got a lot more proving to do than the LA Lakers, because the way they went out, the way they choked. Then my father read an article somewhere telling me that some players do not want to play with Kawhi Leonard because he's such a diva. And I'm like, the silent assassin? That dude? The guy that barely put together a sentence? Why, he barely spoke a word when he was with San Antonio Spurs and the Toronto Raptors? That guy? That blew me away. That really did. You got college basketball season started already. I'm like, usually it started earlier than that, but like I said, due to the COVID-19 global pandemic, it just messed everything up. So, I know what y'all thinking. Hey, SA-17, man, where's the Carolina Panthers review? What's up? Alright, here it is. They lost to the Kansas City Chiefs for a couple reasons. First off, you can't have a bad third down percentage and expect to win football games, especially missed tackles and not containing the Kansas City Chiefs offense. They did well in the first half, but second half, the evidence is there. And at home against Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I mean, it felt like it was the same story. They started out okay. They were competitive in the first half, but second half, especially in the third quarter, that's when everything, I mean everything, went sideways for Carolina. I mean, it was just awful, including that giving up a 98-yard touchdown run in the third quarter. And Shaq Thompson just cussing out his teammates and all fired up and everything because, it's not how it's the way they lost and how they performed, And I'm looking at Shaq Thompson. I'm like, you haven't been the same since Darius Guy stiff-armed you when Washington played Carolina last year. Then you got that big contract. Yeah, you done very little this year. So what are you talking about, bro? Not only the defense need to pick up the slack, so do you. Don't get me started on that dude. And Tamir Whitehead, why is he even there? I barely hear the man's name being called. Oh, he's kind of like Luke Kuechly. He's a tackling machine. Don't get me started. And do you really want me to get started on Trey Boston too? Never mind. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'll shut my mouth. And they went out and not just beat the Detroit Lions, even though they were undermanned and injuries all over the place for that franchise. They shut them out 20-0. It's the first time it happened in 5 years. That was the time where the Carolina Panthers had 15-1 season. So PJ Walker, he looked pretty good. The only issue I had with that dude, just throwing two horrible interceptions not just in the red zone, but in the end zone too. It's like, I'm sitting there cringing. I'm like, damn, son, why? Why, man? So it is what it is, but that's his first start in the National Football League, so I'm gonna cut him slack. he played, like I say, he did really well. He did well. He did well. Now, Stargate SG1 will be streaming on Netflix next month on the December 1st. But I read an article at least 3 times. It stated that it will be sharing its the series with other streaming platforms such as Amazon Prime Video, which I'm at season 2, episode 17, I think, and Hulu. The first time I watched Stargate SG1, it was an episode called Proving Ground. I can't remember which season it was. I think it was season 3 or 4. I can't remember. And I watched it on a Sci-Fi channel, and then been that way to all the way to the end. So Stargate SG1 is from Stargate Universe. It's different than Star Wars. I've been looking for, characters with different personalities since I played Star Wars Republic Commando. That's my favorite Star Wars video game of all time. So I was just looking for something, and I definitely got that. And yeah, love Stargate SG1. I really do. And there's been talks that there've been a petition called hashtag We Want Stargate. You had former stars and showrunners signing petitions. They want to see like a reboot or a spinoff or a sequel or whatever. Yeah, after what the fans had been subject to Stargate Universe or whatever it was. It only been on for 2 seasons. I did not like it at all. I know it's different, but it just wasn't the same to me. At that point, I'd rather watch Stargate Atlantis before I watch Stargate Universe again. That's just me. Black Lightning from CW will be ending the series after season 4, which is unexpected, surprising. But I'm happy because I'm disappointed with the franchise. I'm disappointed with the series. The first season is overrated. Second season was meh. Third season was average. It started out crappy in the first half of season 3. The second half of that season was pretty good. Now I want to see what season 4 is going to look like. So with that, what's your thoughts on today's topics? I am out. Salute. Happy Thanksgiving.